Guys, today we're talking, how do I lose a pound of mass in a week?
Body mass. So
Yeah, all right. So
jump into it.
let's do this. So people are always trying to lose weight, right?
Sure.
And when they lose weight, they always think they're losing just fat. And I'll be the first to admit, I've thought that. My wife thinks that when, she goes on the diets, that all she's losing is fat. Is that true? Because I don't know.
It's not always true.
Okay.
I find it hard to believe that there's anybody out there that as soon as they start a weight loss program, that they lose just 100% fat in that first week.
Is that the case? It's not?
No, I mean,
Okay.
caloric deficits have no prejudice. They're going to choose whatever tissue that your body is used to using to use as
Really?
energy. Yeah.
Okay.
So more than likely, it's going to be fat if you start a nutrition program that's monitored by a personal trainer or an RD,
Okay.
or somebody that has some sort of comprehension on macronutrients and what works for you,
Okay.
as well as burning energy through exercise.
Okay.
The goal is to have you in a deficit. With that deficit comes a loss of body fat and other tissues, so muscle tissue, connective tissue. Some of that breaks down as well whenever you're in a caloric deficit.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to say, how do you lose a pound of mass in a week to not make it confused that you're going to
Yes.
lose 100% fat just by being
Okay.
in a caloric deficit?
Okay. So how do we do that? How many calories am I consuming on a day? Do I need to remove or whatever to start losing that mass? What do I have to do to start losing that pound of mass a week?
Well,
If that's what am I thinking in the wrong direction?
no, you're in the right direction. And a
Okay.
good place to start for anybody who's entering into a weight loss journey is to start tracking their calories.
How much we're taking in?
So how much you're taking in.
Okay.
Okay. And to keep all the other metrics out of it, like basal metabolic rate, and which is the rate in which you burn calories when you're at rest, which is different for every person. There's ways to calculate that, and there's scientific ways to do it with a personal trainer or with a weight loss specialist.
Okay.
This is just a simple way to do it. So there's 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So if you want to lose a pound
Really?
of mass, if you want to lose a pound of mass, you need to be in a deficit of 500 calories a day.
There's that much energy in a pound of fat.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. So the easiest way to start is to download some sort of a calorie tracking app. There's
Okay.
some good ones out there. MyFitnessPal is the #1 used in the United
Okay.
States. There's also .fit online nutrition program. So .fit, our supplement company that we use in the Zone Athletic Clubs and Prestige Fitness, they have their own online nutrition program.
Okay.
That you can log in there, and it has a whole wide variety of foods that you can choose from your daily diet to get the accurate amount of calories. Or there's another one called Control My Weight, which is another app that you can use on your phone. What these apps do is they kind of teach you where you're getting your calories from in the day.
Okay.
So without
All right.
changing anything, you want to spend about a week entering in your food every single
right.
day.
Right, because I really don't know what kind of food is worth what. Because I'll just grab whatever's available sometimes for breakfast, and then that could be anything from a bagel one day, or like a power bar,
Yeah.
which is probably loaded with calories. I have a tendency not to look at it. I just eat to get the breakfast out of the way.
Sure.
But I'm not really paying attention to what the amount of calories are in each one of those things. So
Yeah, and some of those bars that you're referring to are really
Yeah.
caloric dense, but they have a purpose, right? So they're caloric dense for those that actually need to use those calories as energy. So somebody who's being active.
right, somebody's
So
hiking a
hiking.
14er who needs those calories.
Or
Otherwise,
riding 30 miles on their bike, they need those carbohydrates, which is a quick sugar to help keep their
Yeah.
muscles going, right? So keeping the machine moving. Somebody who's just getting up and then going to a desk job, you wouldn't recommend them having a 500 calorie bar that's 95% carbohydrates,
right?
right?
No, because I'm
Right.
not going to use all that energy. It's just going to sit there and store as fat at that point if I'm not using it.
Yes.
Yes. Am I wrong?
Jumping ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
jumping
okay,
ahead
okay,
a little
all right,
bit.
all right.
This is not so much to break down exactly what you're eating. This is really just so you can see how many calories you're taking in on an
Okay.
average day.
All right.
Typically I like to tell clients or people that are coming to me for nutrition advice is that take 3 different days. There's a day where you go to work, which is typically you are all creatures of habit. We eat the same thing on that day of work. A day of rest, and then another day of really busy work. So a day that's just you're crammed with all these kind of projects, and then taking a look at all 3 of those.
It's like my lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
I've worked with a lot of people. We all tend to have the same schedule.
Yeah.
Because you'll find that you eat different calories on those days, and you have different go-to foods on those days. And really, you're trying to learn yourself, like learn what your pattern is. And once you find out what the average is that you take in per day.
Okay.
So let's say on an average day, Josh, you take in 2,000 calories. That's what we find out. That's what your average is. So if you want to lose a pound of fat or a pound of mass per week, you want to be in a deficit of 500 calories of that.
From there, so
Right.
1,500.
So without even adding exercise in your program,
Yeah.
if you take your normal eating habits and then reduce it by 500 calories,
I'll lose.
you'll lose
A
in a
pound of
week a
mass.
pound of mass.
Interesting. I
Okay,
didn't
so
know
it's
that.
very simple.
Okay.
It's science. It's just
Sure.
energy in versus energy out.
Okay.
You know, another way to do that is to, you know, what I think is a more sustainable way to do it is reducing your calories by 250 calories per day, and then adding in some type of exercise that burns an extra 250 calories.
That way, I don't feel like I'm not eating. Because
Right.
that's probably what I feel sick. I got to get something in me. I'm feeling low blood sugar. All these weird
Sure.
things that people claim the reason they have to eat. So that's the best way to do it, is to cut out 250 and add in an exercise.
And add an exercise that's 250
So
calories.
what can I do that will help burn 250 calories?
So I'm glad you asked. So, some ideas of what 250 calories of exercise looks like. So it could be a 30-minute walk.
Okay.
Okay, so 30 minutes of walking.
Wonderful.
It's 250 calories. Another way to look at that is you could also reduce your diet by 250 calories. Let's say you're somebody who eats in McDonald's Egg McMuffin every day.
I'm not, but I have in the past.
It's
I'll admit it.
250 calories. Just
So
remove
just
that.
one McMuffin?
Just one McMuffin.
Really? What about
Yeah.
like I like salads. Are some salads high calorie?
Very high calorie.
Really?
You know, one of the typical one that everyone loves is Caesar salad.
My favorite.
Yeah. So a half a Caesar salad has 250 calories.
You're
in it.
kidding
That's
me.
half a salad. Yeah. The
I thought
dressing,
that was
the
like a-
Parmesan cheese, the croutons, it all adds calories in there.
Oh crap.
Yeah. So just a half a
Oh
salad.
crap. Okay.
Yeah. So you're removing half that salad from your day and adding
Yeah.
in 250 calories of burned exercise or activity is how you would lose that
how we would
500
lose that
calories,
weight.
right? Again, energy in versus
Right.
energy out.
So, will Zone Fitness help me come up with a plan? Because I know my biggest problem is that if I don't have an app, which I'm not going to use because I'm not a real tech savvy guy, I need a person. Because people are more motivating to me than some phone that just tells me, "Yeah, you've done a good job."
Sure.
You know what I mean?
You know, I think the most instrumental role for personal trainers when it comes to negotiating someone's diet with them and teaching
Yeah.
them how to eat properly is knowing their eating habits. We're all creatures of habit. We
Sure.
like the same foods. We don't want to go in there and run and gun and say, okay, you drink 3 Coca-Colas every day. We're going to take all of those out of your diet. It's more of a negotiation
Right.
process.
Let's get one of those out of there and see what we can do. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Take those 200
So,
calories from that.
and by the way, 3 Coca-Colas a day is 500 calories.
Holy crap.
So the quick person giving advice would say, well, take out those Coca-Colas. Well, that's not sustainable for most folks that have been
Right.
doing that for 10,
'Cause they'll
20
get right
years.
back on the bandwagon like that.
Right.
Because it's easy to get
it's
back
the
into the habit.
deprivation, sure. Yeah. I mean, if you cut it down maybe by 1 Coke a day and adding in more exercise, that would create a 500 calorie deficit as well. So it's all about learning their habits and not depriving them of something. We want to give them something that's sustainable, right?
Right. A
So-
plan. Something
Right,
that they can
yeah.
actually stick to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the hardest thing I hear about folks is that I couldn't stick to it.
Right.
It was something I just couldn't do. And the answer inside of you wants to be that if you really want to do it, you will do it. But you're talking about doing incremental things that are easy wins.
Yes.
Easy battles. Win the battles that you can. Let them see the results, and then maybe that is what leads them to taking more steps
Yeah.
moving forward.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And we'll get those individuals that come to us and they're asking for help. They want to lose weight, but they're not of the type that want to change their diet. They love their diet too much. They want to change it. That's okay. We have programs for that.
That
Right.
just
Again,
means you burn a lot. That's sort of me because I like what I eat.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Am I a creature of habit? Yeah, I like milk. I drink a lot of milk.
And that's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's okay. Again, it's that energy in versus energy out. It's
Yeah.
Murphy's Law. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to touch their diet, that's okay. Then a personal trainer can actually analyze like what your basal metabolic rate is and how many calories you're burning per day if
Wow.
you're doing any kind of exercise. And then again, our goal is to lose 1 pound a week, right? So we
it
just
is.
have to make sure you're in a deficit of 500 calories. So if you're taking in 2,000 calories, we need to make sure that your basal metabolic rate, so what you're burning at rest, plus your energy expenditure for exercise
Okay.
is at 2,500
500.
calories.
Interesting.
So you might not want to change your diet. You may just have to work a little harder in the gym or outside of the gym.
Which I'm willing to do as long as I can, because I like to eat what I eat. I know it sounds terrible,
Yeah.
but I am a creature of habit.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, food shaming's got to go away.
Yeah, I've felt like some of these other places where I have had trainers, they shamed the crap out of me for eating bad, like evil food is the way they were putting it. What you're putting in your body is like poison.
Sure.
And that it didn't motivate me. All it did was make me want to find someone else.
It makes you want to feel bad.
Yeah, and I felt horrible.
Yeah.
And the way you deal with that is by going and comforting yourself with more
And
food.
repeating that behavior that
Yeah.
caused you comfort in the first place. Yeah, absolutely. You know, at our clubs, no individual can be turned away. We've got a program for everybody. We can dial into exactly what type of an exerciser you are
Yeah.
and what kind of an eater you are,
Okay.
and help coach you on that so that
Sure.
it's molded to exactly what works for you and finds you the most success. And it's really about diving into each person's behavior and personality and getting to know that person. It's not a surface relationship at all.
It's amazing how much psychology goes into exercise. So
Yeah.
you guys are not only educators, you're a lot more than that.
Yeah.
You're like and you're not. This isn't by any legal definition, but you're like therapists
In a way.
in a way. I mean, they're not, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can do more for people for themselves than therapists can to some degree because you're actually helping them see results and giving them something they can do and take home with them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying therapists don't do good jobs. You guys all do good jobs.
No. We like it when you have a therapist too.
Yes. Yeah, a therapist and a personal trainer.
Yeah.
You're on your way.
We just want to be part of the roster.
like where your mind's at.
Yeah.
Anything else I need to know about calorie in, calorie out?
No, it's just it's a game of math, and it's a game of energy in versus energy out. That's all it is. Make sure you're in a deficit if you want to lose weight. You know, when
Okay.
you want to start building muscle and lose body fat, that's
Yeah.
a whole different program.
Right,
We can
because you
talk
are
to
going to
there.
gain weight technically as you grow because muscle weighs more than fat.
Yes,
right? So,
exactly.
yeah, I'm more about just looking good versus how much I actually weigh overall. So
Yeah, good.
we'll get it figured
That's
out.
the ideal type of client.
Guys, if you want help with getting this taken care of, where can they go, Lisa?
Zone Athletic Clubs or Prestige Fitness Clubs. You can find us online at www.zoneathleticclubs.com and www.prestige-fitness.com.
That's why I had her do it, because it's a tongue twister.
It
and
is.
She's better at it than I am. We all know that. But guys, if you like what you've seen here, go ahead and subscribe to the content. Every time that we put something out that'll be informative to you guys, you will get notified of it, because this is a long battle that we all have to fight for fitness, and we all might as well be in it together.
Sure.
And you can exercise at home. They can help you with that too. But really go on and hang out with these guys and get what you need done. But guys, I am Josh. This is
Lisa.
saying thanks for tuning in again. And as always, we're going to see you next time.